We are living through intense disruption in our businesses and our community. The ongoing uncertainties feed fear and distress, and it's more important than ever that we lead positively and authentically. Leadership is key. Positive leadership requires acceptance and understanding of the emotional needs of individuals and groups during such times. Firstly, leaders must help employees to understand how any decisions and associated processes are aligned with the organisation's or collective values. We need to make decisions and communicate based on values. Values-based leadership is not only important during times of challenge, but it is critical at this time. Not everyone will be in agreement on decisions being made, so it's important for leaders to articulate the rationale, the decision-making process, and the determined actions based on the articulated values of the organisation or group they represent. Secondly, leaders need to understand and accept theirs and others' emotional responses to change. It is common for people to have varied reactions to challenging times. As leaders, we often try to respond to these varied emotional reactions with rational strategies. We throw more information at people, or we withhold information because we think they can't handle it. We try to rationalise to people who are having an emotional response, and this can simply increase negative emotions and detachment. When we have different responses to our peers, it can increase our sense of disconnection and therefore make it harder for people to work collaboratively and to progress the change initiatives. A key is to create the space so that all reactions are heard and validated. It can be as simple as holding space for people and listening loudly to their experience, even when it's different to our own. Thirdly, leaders need to help individuals to develop strategies to manage stress proactively. Many people react to disruption with stress responses. Uncertainty and change can elicit this. However, we can encourage people to engage positively with proactive stress management strategies rather than becoming overwhelmed by their stress. If an employee is experiencing a high stress response that's causing distress or that's impacting on their functioning or well-being, then it's advisable to seek specific individual support from your EAP provider, HR, or safety supports. Fourthly, leaders can help individuals to improve positive mental well-being. It's not an employer's role to take responsibility for the mental well-being of their employees. However, change can be disruptive and distressing if not managed well. Encouraging employees to foster positive psychological well-being can act as one control for managing the psychological risks around change and challenging times. And most importantly, positive psychological well-being can actually help support employees to develop coping strategies to sustain through the challenge. And fifth, leaders can have a significant positive impact by developing strategies to build and enhance effective relationships and supports within the organisation. Positive relationships between colleagues can assist with morale and can equip employees better during periods of stress and change. Akor, Ben-Shahar and Stone identify social support as the primary predictor of happiness during high periods of stress. They suggest from their research that while support a person receives is important, the support they give is an even more important factor in sustained engagement and happiness. How can you increase supports and model this for others? How can you increase supports for each other and increase the sense of belonging and connectedness within your team and to the broader organisation and community? What steps can you take to positively lead through challenging times?